What's up, G-Speeders, all my crawler friends? I'm Gabriel Fleming, owner and operator at G-Speed Chassis. Today I'm going to show you how I prep a clear Lexane body and put on the window mask my perfect way. So one of the things I do first, or the thing I do first, is I cut the body out. So, you know, in the past I haven't cut the body out and did, you know, some masking and painting, and it's just almost inevitable with the scissors or knife. I end up scratching the paint. So I cut the body out first now. Then I wash the body. Wash the body with Dawn dish soap. Just a couple drops of Dawn dish soap in the sink with some lukewarm water, and with a household paintbrush, just with some long bristles that I know I can get all in the nooks and crannies. I use that and scrub the body down in the sink, get it real clean, and then rinse it off thoroughly. At the same time, I'm washing my hands with the Dawn dish soap, making sure there's no hand oils or anything on my hand, because when I start putting on the window mask, I don't want any type of film or anything inside the body. So I do that and then let the body air dry. I don't use any type of window or paper towels or anything to wipe it clean, because I don't want to leave any little pieces of paper towel or dust or anything inside there. So I just let it air dry, and then once it's dry, it's time to put on the window mask. So here I got the window masks that come with this body here from the factory, and then I just have a X-Acto knife. You could use any knife that has a little sharp point on it, just in case you need to lift the edge of the window mask or peel it off the paper. And then just some small scissors. You don't have to have any real small scissors like this, just something to cut out around the window mask backing, which I'll show you. You don't have to be too accurate with that. So first thing I do with a window mask is peel up the part of the vinyl on here that it's not going to be used. So basically just kind of hold down the actual window masks that are on the sheet and pull up the excess vinyl. So some of the window masks that you're going to use will want to peel up a little bit, but just hold them down with your finger and just pull this excess off, leaving the part of the window mask that you're actually going to put on. Leave that still stuck to the backing. So there we go. We got all this. That's just garbage. So just throw that away. And then here now what I'll do is we'll go ahead and just pick a window to start out with. So we'll just pick this back window here. So that's this guy right here. So what I do is I cut out around. You don't have to get real accurate, but just on all four of the flatter sides, you want to get kind of close in the middle. And this is going to be so you can see the actual window masks through the body and not have the backing get in your way from seeing it. And that'll be real a lot more clear in a second when I get to that that step. So here I'm going to go ahead and cut this guy out. The corners you don't have to get real close to at all, because I'll show you why in a sec. So you see I'm just going around real quickly and leaving some excess there that actually will be cut off in a second. And then get real close to this flat top side, and then go around the corner wide if you want, and go real close to the end, real wide around the corner again, and then cut in the bottom, and then get kind of close right in the middle there. And it's just getting the backing out of the way so you can see the masking through the body in a second. So there we go. So the next step is I'll peel the backing back off of the window mask. And don't need to touch the sticky parts so much, just touch it enough to peel it back. And what I do is I peel this backing part back a little more than halfway. And then I go ahead and cut off a little more than half of that paper backing. Then I take the paper backing and I stick it back on leaving about 3 millimeters of sticky exposed right there in the middle. So that's that sticky part right there. We're going to go ahead and stick to the body first before the rest of the window mask that still has the backing. And the next step is to peel back the corners of the backing. All 4 corners you're going to go to, whether it's a round part or not, just at that location where the window turns, is cut the backing off a little more than the actual window mask, so some of it's exposed there, because that's what your eyes are going to follow too when you start lining it up on the window. Then I go ahead and do the second corner, just cut off a little bit, just so a little tiny bit's exposed. While I'm there on that side, I'll go ahead and cut the masking so it's close to this flat side, I did that before, but once we cut this a little more than half off and restuck it, I have a little more sticking out. So I cut that excess off. Go to the next corner, peel back this corner, do the same thing, just cut a little tiny bit off so you can see it through the body, and then I'll cut a little bit of this one off. So there, now this mask is ready to go on. So I got all 4 corners cut so I can see the mask when I'm looking at it from this side with the paper backing faced my way. Actually, this corner I'm going to cut off just a little bit more. I want to be able to see it clearly through the body. There we go. So all 4 corners, and then I got the center part, sticky part there. And now when I put the window mask, start to line it up, I want to make sure you kind of curve it this way, so when you put it on there, the sticky part is kind of hovering right above the clear body and not sticking until I want it to stick. So I just put it inside the body, put a finger on either side of the sticky part, and as you can see, it's not sticking. You can move it all around wherever you want. Now I just look through the body and I line up my exposed corners that I have to the corner of the actual window on the body. Line it up perfectly. As soon as I like the position, which is perfect, then I go ahead with one of my fingers, a middle finger, and then just press down on that exposed sticky part. Get it pressed down good. I just use my fingernail and kind of just stick it so it's good and that there's no moving of the mask. And then as soon as that's done, then go ahead and reach in there and fold this part back so you can reach the backing. Pull that off, start in the middle where the sticky part that's stuck already, and go back and forth and work yourself all the way to the end of the mask, going back and forth like this, smashing it down real good. And do the same thing to the other half. Peel off that unused backing, unwanted backing, and start in the middle and smash it all down. So there you go. That window mask couldn't be put on any more perfect than that, and it goes really quick, especially if I'm not here explaining to you how to do it. I get it on pretty quick. So the other ones I'm going to do a little bit quicker. Same steps. Go ahead and cut this next one out, which is part of the front windshield. Get a little close on all 4 sides. Don't worry about the corners yet. Get close on this side. Don't worry about the corner. Let's get close on this side. Okay, peel back the corner. Cut that little bit off. Cut this guy off. Before cutting these 2 corners off, I actually missed a step, but that's okay. It's not too late. Peel off the backing a little more than halfway. And then cut off that backing. Then go ahead and stick it back on, leaving a little more than about 3 millimeters or so of exposed adhesive or sticky part. And then I'll turn it back over and get rid of these corners and cut it close to that flat side on that side. So cut this corner, and then let's get real close to here, because when I look through the body and line this up, I'm looking at the corners and also looking at the center of the flat sides too, just to see if it's lining up good. And then this is the going to be the driver's side, because the sticky side will go like this. The driver's side front window, like I said, kind of bend it a little bit so it's kind of curved, and so that sticky part kind of floats over the clear body and doesn't stick yet until you want it to. So like I said, I just put a finger on either side of the sticky part on the actual paper backing just to move it around, and then see, I can move it anywhere I want without it sticking. I'm going to line up the corners perfectly, looking at the flat spots on either side also, and then as soon as I like it, then I'll go ahead and use that center finger and start pushing the part down in the middle of the mass that has the sticky part exposed to the body. And I'll use my fingernail and kind of just get all that sticky part stuck as much as you can, just so it doesn't shift when you start taking off the rest of the backing. Okay, so I'll just peel this back, or fold it back, just so I can get a little finger on the corner right there. Then start in the middle, start going back and forth, sticking that half down, and just make sure you're rubbing all down the back side of that sticky part. And we're going to look at the other side, and I'll kind of show you how I make sure the whole thing is stuck once we have all the window mats installed. Then I'll fold this part down, peel off that backing, do the same thing. Start in the middle, go back and forth all the way to the end. And I start in the middle and work your way to the end, so you're pressing out any air bubbles. And if there's a little bit of air bubbles right in the center here, don't worry about it. As long as they're not huge, it's okay. What we're concerned with is the edges. In a little while, we'll make sure all the edges are pressed down really good. We'll do the other half of the front window. Get close on the flat side. Don't worry about the corners yet. You're going to cut them off. Cut around here. Get close in the middle of this flat side. Do that on all four sides, and like I said, all four corners, it doesn't matter. So the next step, I didn't do in order last time, I'll do it right this time, is just peel back a little more than half of the paper backing, cut it off, and restick it. Same thing on every one, except the small pieces. I'll show you that, my method on the little small wing windows in a sec. So there you go, leaving a little gap in the middle. So let's cut our corners off and get close to this one end that we reinstalled the backing. There we go, two corners exposed back there. Let's peel this back. Cut that corner. That corner off. All right, so the second half of the front window is ready to go on. I like to use my right hand, and then go ahead and kind of curve it a little bit. Make sure that center part's just floating so it doesn't stick. Line up the corners perfectly. Taking a look at the four flat sides and see if those are lining up to the line on the actual body. And as soon as you like it, push down that center sticky part. Make sure it's all stuck down real good. Use your fingernail in there. And as soon as you get comfortable with it's not shifting around, then go ahead and fold down half of it, pull off that backing, do the same thing. It's pretty quick. Fold down the other half. Go back and forth. All right. All right, that's the front windshield. Now let's get the side windows and we'll be done, and I'll show you the last little thing I do to it. All right, so around the corners, not too close, but get close to the flat side. All right. Backing actually cuts pretty fast. You don't even really have to like work the scissors. It pushes right through, kind of like wrapping paper. As long as you take the excess vinyl off at the very start, like I did. So here we go. Pull off, fold back a little more than half, cut it off. And we'll stick that part back on, leaving the spot exposed in the middle. Okay, and then this will be the driver's side window. Give it a little bend, make sure that sticky part's floating. Move this guy around. Let me a couple more. This corner I got to cut off. And also get kind of flat on this side, which I forgot, but not too late. Okay, there we go. See all the corners right through there. Let's put it in the body. Make sure it slides around. Line up your corners. Stick the middle. There we go. Push down that center part. Go ahead and fold this back and pull the backing off. Like I said before, don't worry about little tiny bubbles. Just make sure it kind of rolls on there flat. And what we're concerned with is the edges in a second. We're going to make sure all the edges are pushed down really good. Start in the middle and work your way out. Okay, let's get the other side. Actually, let's do the wing window on that one side, and I'll show you. I actually don't cut a strip down the middle because it's kind of a small mask, and it gets a little tedious with the two smaller halves. So what I do is I make sure, same thing, I get flat on the sides. And then corner down here on the bottom, or it could be the top. I do the bottom of this particular window shape. Get the corners exposed so I can see them lined up. And then on the top, instead of doing the two corners and leaving them exposed, I'm going to go ahead, instead of cutting a strip down the middle, I'm just going to actually expose like more of the stickiness at the very end of the sticker, since it's so small. And that part there, because of how the backing's kind of folded, and it kind of keeps that sticky part off the body until I'm ready to stick it. Actually, I'm gonna cut off a little bit more than that, because once I stick the sticky part there, I want it to stay stuck, and I don't want the window mouth to move, and I think I need a little bit more sticky part exposed, sticking to the body. So there we go. So now I'll just put this guy in here, and Now instead of a strip down the middle, it just has the end sticky part exposed. So I'm just going to not press on the top and move the mask around with one finger towards the bottom, and then having another finger ready to press that part down. So see, moves all around. Line up my corners at the very bottom, and then look at the top part. I have totally exposed. And as soon as I like it, I'll have a finger actually just kind of get your finger in position, get it ready to push it down, so it's ready and you're not moving the mask all around trying to reach up there and stick that part down. And I just kind of just rock my one finger that's ready to push it down right up there and push that top part down, making sure it is stuck really good. Then fold it up and peel that backing off, and look at that, lays right down perfectly right on the lines of the body. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm gonna when I post this video, it'll be video straight through, so you guys can kind of see how efficient this way is and how long it takes to put window masks on a body like this. And it actually would be a lot quicker if I wasn't trying to explain it all. But I still think it's going pretty quick. Same thing, get close to the sides and all four flat sides. Then let's peel back the backing. Cut it off. Then put it back on. Cut the corners off. It was a little finicky, but I got it. So we're going to cut that off. Actually, this one I cut a little bit more of the backing off than I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of do this one like the wing window, and actually you could do the smaller like windows like this in this way also, where you just do the end. So let's get it lined up there, and see it still floats around. Just making sure you're just holding your finger on the part with the back where the backing still is, and go ahead and line up the corners. And the flat sides. As soon as you like it, just press your finger down on the end part real good, and then reach up here, fold this back, peel off the backing. And we just have the last little wing window to do. Wherever it went, where is it? There it is. Just cut off the top part, leave the top part of the little wing window exposed. That's the part we'll stick down with our fingers. And we'll get close to the sides, cut the corners off. it goes. Reach in there. Make sure it's sliding all around, and then go ahead and line the corners up. And get that finger ready to press that top sticky part down. And fold it back and take the backing off. There you go. All window masks installed. Now what I do is I go around the edges of all of them really good. And I'm usually doing this, and I'm going to paint this body. That'll be maybe for a different video. I go around all the outside of the window mask, and as you press it down, you'll see there may be some little dark spots around the edge, or even in the middle. Well, you don't care about the middle. Well, you'll see like where the bubbles, little tiny bubbles are, that it's darker and not as white. Well, around the edge, we're concerned with those little darker spots. So if you see any of those, you want to make sure to press the mask to the actual Lexane body so all that adhesive is stuck and no paint gets in there. So I just go around the edge really good. Pressing really hard and make sure it's all nice and white around the perimeter of the mask and no darker cloudy spots, because that means that the window mask isn't stuck to the body all the way there. Just press it down. There we go. Oh, there's one more little spot. At this body here, ready for paint. Still all clean because the hands were basically pretty clean before, because I washed them with the body. Body's clean. I think I forgot to mention earlier too, I washed the whole body outside, even though the clear masking from the factory is on here, because it had different, whatever oils or stuff from the factory, or hand oils just handling it, or whoever packaged it up before could have some of that on the outside. And so I wash all that off, because when you're masking the body, your hands are actually holding this, and you don't want to transfer those oils inside here and mess up your paint later. So that's it. So hope that helps you guys out. Actually, I know it will. It's a very good way to do window masking. So there it is. I'll see you guys next time.